Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 6.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
First and 10, it's Sanders. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Quick throw into the hands of Reagor. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be first and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Taken down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Open man is Trey Burton, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. This is Cohen. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
They'll take over.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9 at the Bears' 46-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Third and 15.
The defense going to blanket the field. 6 now in the secondary here for third and 15. Throwing is Hurts. And he's going to go down again. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a first and 10. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. 20. There he goes left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Eagles 7, Bears nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
second down. Here's Jalen Hurts. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
59, mark, check, 59.
Back to throw, Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football, and the Eagles have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They run. This is Scarborough. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Eagles.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Reagor, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
His kick is
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Play action. It's Darnold. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's third down.
Incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Darnold on third down. And he completes it to Cohen. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down.
10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing again is Darnold. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
10 at the 38-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Darnold. That is caught by Cohen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
By the Eagles. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw now in his own end zone. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. You know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They try again with Cohen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey,
Here's Darnold. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mike the 59. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike, check.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now off the bootleg, Darnold rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he's into the clear.
It's over. Let's dominate.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll go to work with a little momentum following the free kick. 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Ball carrier.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
What's tight? Tight is right.
Throwing quickly, Darnold, that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
first and 10.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The tackle made.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, come on, oh. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Yo, lady. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Check 31, Jack.
To throw is Darnold. He's got Burton here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Great job of tackling there to prevent the 1st down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
First down.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Rager, the ball carrier.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be taken at the 10. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. Actually, I've heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
First and 10 at the 42.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, first and 10. To the air again, Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Toss play, Cohen, right side. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Darnold from the gun. And he fires one, but incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Mike 50. Let's go. Mike's 50. Here we go. D all day. Defense all day. 50's the Mike.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to try and go deep again. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 13. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Good job over there, baby. I see y'all. Good job over there, baby.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Darnold. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Brings up 2nd.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Off of play action, Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Intercepted by the Eagles. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 18.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Chicago.